So what goes so great with eggs like peanut butter goes with jelly? Good morning, beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel. This week's kitchen episode is devoted to eggs, huevos, lots of them. We have so many eggs right now and I need to deal with them. Yeah, our chickens are just going crazy. The weather has been warm, the days are longer, it's beautiful and amazing, and now I'm drowning in eggs. So it is time to do something with all of these eggs. You can see, and that's a lot. That's like 25 dozen right there. I also have various baskets in places that are about 2 to 3 dozen each. So lots and lots of eggs to deal with, but it's okay. I have plans, I have various things that I'm gonna be doing with them. The two major goals I have for today is to get some eggs pickled, and then I want to get some portioned out and frozen for future meals, particularly for when the baby arrives, but also just to have frozen stashed eggs for later when they aren't laying as much, which tends to happen usually in the hot months of the summer, and then of course as we go into fall when they're like molting and the days get shorter, we don't have as many eggs then. I have done water glassing in the past, and I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really used them. They kind of weird me out in a way, and I just feel like frozen would be a better option for us as far as like using and storage and stuff like that. So that's the big deal. The big goal for the day is the pickled eggs and the frozen eggs, and then we will see what else we get to. I have a couple other like dishes that I want to make, but we will see how the day goes. So I have a Instant Pot full of already boiled eggs. So I just put them in my Instant Pot with a steamer basket and about a cup of water, and I set it on low pressure for about 5 minutes. And then once it's done, I depressurize it, and then usually I run them through a sink of cold water, but I didn't do that this time because I was just like, whatever, they can sit there and cool off naturally. And then I put them in the fridge. So now I've got to get all these peeled, and then I need to make my brine. So I'm gonna get the brine started. I'm just gonna use my cowboy candy brine today, even though I don't have jalapeno peppers at the moment. The brine itself, with the salt and the sugar and the spices and all that, and the apple cider vinegar, is good in pickled eggs. So even though they won't be super spicy, I'll probably add some red pepper flakes in there. They'll still be good. So I'm gonna get the brine started, and then I'm gonna sit and peel eggs for a while. All right, I'm gonna shoot for making 2 half-gallon jars of eggs. So I'm probably gonna like quadruple this recipe, and we will see. So I'm gonna need 4 cups of apple cider vinegar. One and a half times 4 is 6, so 6 cups of sugar. 1, 3.
Mama, I'm gonna help you eggs.
You are? Okay. Okay, 4 teaspoons of salt. Get this started, and then I'm gonna put them on my spices. All right, we're gonna do 4 teaspoons of celery seed. If I have 4 teaspoons. 1, 2, 4 teaspoons of turmeric.
I'm doing the eggs.
You are. You're doing a great job. Probably would have been easier to just take the shaker top off, but whatever. Close enough. 4-ish teaspoons. And then I'm gonna put some mustard seed in here. I don't usually put mustard seed in my cowboy candy, but since I'm doing just pickled eggs today, we'll just do another 4 teaspoons of mustard seed. And I'm gonna do 4 teaspoons of garlic powder, which is a little more than I usually put in my cowboy candy. But again, since we don't have those peppers today, I want to add a little bit more flavor. And then we'll put a little red pepper, just for fun. Okay, that's probably about 3 teaspoons. Let's give this a stir. And then I have some pickling liquid from pickled beets that I had canned last year. So I am going to actually add this. I always save my pickled beet juice because I like to throw, you know, however many eggs I could fit in there with that juice, and we'll get beet pickled eggs, which are so good. But I don't have very much today, so I'm just gonna throw this in here as well. And it'll add some pretty color and maybe a little bit of that beet flavor. We're gonna bring this to just a simmer, basically. I just want the sugar to melt and a lot of those flavors to just mellow together. So we're gonna let this simmer and do its thing. And I'm gonna go over here and help Buggy peel eggs. Because you got started for me and you are doing a great job. Look at that. These are like perfect peeled eggs. You are doing awesome. I'm gonna jump in here and help you. Is that okay? Okay. You're doing so good. I have a hard time peeling eggs.
You just wash the can and then...
You just wash it? Okay. So of course I used my older eggs for boiling because when they are older they're a little bit easier to get the skin off. But I've also found doing them in the Instant Pot really does help, like the steaming. That's okay, we can use that one for egg salad. The steaming actually seems to help as well. Just loosen up the skin and get it away from the whites better.
Break it.
Breaking it.
Break the egg. Crack the egg.
Yes, you are doing such a good job.
But that's why you just want to wash
The shell.
and
Yeah.
then...
Yeah, get all the shell off. All right, well, Buggy's working on those eggs. I'm gonna start, our bowl is full, so I'm just gonna start putting these in a 1/2 gallon jar. Make sure we got all the shells off. And any of these where they're broken to the yolk, you could still pickle them that way, and I have before, but I find that the yolk kind of sort of disintegrates over time if they aren't covered completely. So we're just gonna carefully go through these. The ones that have like torn spots, I will set these aside and we'll make...
I put it in.
You did? Okay, just make sure it has all the shells off, okay? So I'm just gonna set those ones aside and we will use them for egg salad today for lunch. All right, this is warm enough that all the sugar's melted, so I'm just gonna turn this off and let it sit until we're ready with our eggs. I'll put my eggs in this jar over here. Well, we are all out of eggs, boiled eggs. I finished that. And I did not fill my jars completely. So I'm actually going to pop another batch in the Instant Pot and we'll get more boiled eggs going, and then I'll have some extras for egg salad, which we can eat today and tomorrow for lunch. So I'm gonna do that real quick and then we will move on to the next project. My steamer basket's in there already. I'm just gonna dump in about a cup of water and then we'll fill her up with eggs. Set. We're good to go. All right, next project with the eggs is I'm gonna be freezing these. So I'm just going to break a couple into a bowl, scramble them, and freeze these in these pint freezer containers. Probably gonna do 6 to 12 per each because for 6 eggs, I can make my French toast casserole, and 12 eggs will get me a quiche. So I'm just gonna portion them out so they're all portioned and ready to go for future meals. So I think I can fit 12 in these. We'll see. I'm at least gonna start with 6. So we'll see what happens. 2.
And then the next day, dry it.
3. 6. Let's see how much this fills up. Okay, 6 it is. 6 in each thing. I'll give it room for expansion. So if I needed to do a quiche, then I'll just pull out 2 of these. I'm not gonna try to pack 12 eggs in that. That's gonna be too tight. There we go, there's 1. All right, I've only got 1 lid left and I don't wanna do just half a dozen. So we're gonna end it there for this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dozen eggs used up and headed to the freezer. That'll be great. All right, so far we've used, let's see, that was about 3.5 dozen. I got another 3.5 dozen in the Instant Pot. That's 7 plus 4, that's 11 dozen eggs in like 40 minutes. used up, almost used up. Good to go. All right. Well, I'm just waiting on these eggs to be done in the Instant Pot, and I can't make my egg salad yet because I need those done. So I guess we'll just wait for these in the Instant Pot. My plans in the future, not today because it's too much today, but I will be making pasta with eggs and drying it for future use. And then I already have a couple of quiches in the freezer already that I've been putting away for, we call it baby food, for when I have the baby. So I've been kind of stockpiling baby food a little bit, just some meals, easy things, like I just double up stuff. Like the other day I made meatloaf, but I made 2 meatloaves and I put 1 in the freezer. Just super easy, nothing crazy. I'm not doing like giant batch cooking days or anything. But I will be doing a couple more quiches, so we have quick and easy breakfasts. And then, like I said, I've portioned these out so we can do easy like French toast casserole with leftover, you know, bread and stuff like that. I'll actually probably be making one tomorrow for breakfast because I do have some stale bread that needs used up. I talked about the other day, I'm making bread. When I make bread, I just throw a bunch of eggs in it and it adds some body and it adds extra protein and it's good and it uses up eggs. So those are the big main things so far that I'm using or I'm doing to use up eggs. If you guys have any other suggestions to use up eggs, throw them in the comments. We'll see if we can get some ideas going. But for the most part, we're like sort of keeping up on them. So anyways, I'm gonna wait till this Instant Pot is done and we have more boiled eggs, and then we'll finish up with the pickled eggs.
Dun dun dun.
I'm making you noise.
Peel these eggs?
She did.
She did a good job.
She did do a good job.
I don't see any mangled ones.
I know. Alrighty. Got my eggs peeled, my jars filled, made some egg salad for lunch. This brine has been sitting and cooling down, which is fine. I mean, you can do them hot and it actually kind of like soaks the heat in better when they're hot, but that's all right. I mean, they're already cooked, right? So what does it matter? But that's okay. Now I am going to fill these jars and we'll see. I have a feeling I made too much brine, but we'll see how much this gets us, and then we will have 2 beautiful jars of pickled eggs. Ooh, that's great looking. Switch so I get the spices that are floating to the top evenly distributed. Alrighty, I'm gonna get these lidded. I'm not canning these are gonna go in the fridge. And these will be ready to eat in about 4 weeks. It takes that much time to really get all the brine and everything soaked into the eggs. And these will change color. The ones that are sitting against the sides, those will leave a white spot, but it doesn't affect the flavor much. So yeah, they'll go chill in the fridge for about 4 weeks, and then they will be ready to eat, and we will enjoy them for lunches, snacks. I'll take these as like road food if we're going out, you know, for a day of errands or whatever, and I'll pack these with some crackers and carrots and cheese and whatever else. These just make a great, quick protein bomb. Alrighty, I actually had some more eggs and a little bit more brine, so we have 1 gallon and nearly a half of pickled eggs, the 4 dozen scrambled eggs that are going to the freezer, egg salad for lunch that has already been half devoured. It has been a very successful egg preserving day so far. We're doing great. So that's probably it for now. I'm gonna go sit down for a minute and put my feet up, and then we'll see what else we get to today.
All right. Shall I make the joke, or are you going to?
I want to make my own joke. It's my joke. Make my joke alone. All right. So, what goes so great with eggs like peanut butter goes with jelly?
bacon.
Bacon and eggs, yo! Nothing terribly exciting. We smoked another 6 sides of bacon.
Who's this we?
Okay, you smoked.
I smoked the bacon for like 20 hours.
I believe Brett and Jack also helped you.
Once.
So.
Once each.
Once each.
I was over here.
Family affair.
I was over here toiling,
yes.
and I didn't want to check the smoker, and so I would have one of them come over. Hey, go man the smoker for me.
Yeah. So they just smoked. They've been refrigerated. So now you gotta peel the skin off.
Usually, I peel the skin while they're still warm out of the smoker, and I was actually going to bed Sunday night, and I'm like going to bed, and Meg goes, "Hey, did you put the bacon in the fridge?" I was like, "Oops!" Like. You know, we're cold smoking,
right?
And it was kind of it was cold, so it's fine. But
it was still
if it's not actively under smoke,
right?
I mean, it's cured and very, very smoked.
Yeah,
we have to
and it was like 35 that night. It would have been fine, but it was like, hey, we kind of need to take care of this. So
I'm just glad I wasn't like doing chores. You know, Monday morning, walking by, man, that smoker sure smells good.
Right. So we've got a couple sides of bacon to slice up. You're gonna do that, and I'm gonna make one more egg dish for the day because I thought of one, and the kids have actually been asking for this one. So you'll take care of your thing, I'll take care of mine. Bacon and eggs it's not gonna be together because the thing I'm making would not probably go well with bacon at all, but we'll be doing it in the same vicinity.
Well, I'll get to this. You can get to your other project.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, well Ben is working on starting that bacon, getting the skin all sliced off. I am gonna make some pudding, old-fashioned from scratch pudding. I made this the other day because I have lots of eggs. Drowning in eggs. I have so many eggs, and I was looking for a recipe, and I think what's funny is I found, you know, multiple recipes where they're like 1 egg, 2 eggs, and I was like, no, that's not gonna cut it. I need a lot of eggs. So I actually combined quite a few recipes and kind of came up with one, and the kids loved it. They said it was great. I'd made vanilla before. I'm gonna make chocolate today.
Ooh.
So I'm starting with a heavy bottom pot. This is gonna be a cooked pudding because we're doing the eggs, and I'll just work through it, or I'll walk you through it as I go along. It's very, very simple. It's just it's a couple of steps where we have to like heat up the pudding base and mix it with eggs and like temper it and stuff like that. So we'll just go over this, and I'll tell you what I do for the pudding that everybody really enjoyed. All right, in this saucepan, 1 cup of sugar, a rounded 1/3 cup of flour, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, about 3/4 of a teaspoon salt. Ish. Alright, mix that up real quick. 4 cups of milk, and this is gonna go in here with the sugar and the flour. And then I'm just gonna gently heat this like medium-low so I don't scorch anything. Stirring is important so nothing burns or sticks. Oh, I'm gonna add my cocoa powder too. It's gonna be about a half cup of cocoa powder. Alrighty, I am going to let this heat up until it starts to simmer and thicken. And I am gonna stir this frequently, but I need to get my eggs ready, so let's do that real quick. Do 6 whole eggs. I'm gonna do 7 for good measure. It's not like I'm needing the eggs right now. Alright, this is starting to get thick and it's starting to bubble a little bit. I'm just gonna let this go for like a minute, maybe half a minute more. Ooh, yeah, let's thicken it up fast. I'm going to turn this heat off while we temper our eggs. Okay, tempering basically just means bringing to the same temperature or close to it. So we're gonna take a ladle, grab a scoop of this, and then ever so slowly add this ladle of pudding base into the eggs to bring the egg temperature up without like scrambling them, ideally. I'm gonna put probably about half this mixture actually. I'm gonna add this back in slowly. Turn the heat back on to low And then I'm not gonna bring this to like a boil. I'm just gonna heat this through and make sure the eggs are cooked. You know, I might wait for a bubble or two, but I don't wanna boil it because I could break the eggs. Doing okay over there?
Yeah, almost done.
All right, good.
This is very, very smoked skin, and it is very, very cold.
Yeah.
So it's slow going.
That's all right. All right, turn the heat off, add some vanilla. Then I like to run mine through a fine mesh strainer or sieve, just because sometimes like you might get an egg that's scrambled rather than like smoothed out. So this just gets out any like possible clumps that would be in there. And I'm putting this into a glass dish that I'll be putting into the fridge. That's good. I'm going to cover it with some parchment paper just to keep a skin or film from forming. Like I said, this is going to sit at room temp until it comes to room temp, because I don't want to defrost everything in my fridge. All right, there we go. And you are not ready for slicing?
I just turned it on.
Did you plug it in?
Yeah, it's plugged in.
Yeah, you have to press the green button, not the red one.
Well, I wasn't looking. I promise you I was pushing the green button over here.
Okay. Okay.
Just wasn't holding my tongue right.
Guess not. Now we're ready for slicing. That's nice meaty bacon. That's slicing way better.
Okay, let me grab another chunk.
I'm gonna cook some bacon.
You gonna cook some bacon?
Okay, I'm gonna cook the bacon.
I can't currently touch the camera right now until I wash my hands. So, you guys can just like imagine we're getting ready to cook some bacon. We gotta do the demo test.
That's right. Make sure it tastes good. You never know. We might have made a terrible batch of bacon.
Yep, might be terrible bacon.
Then I guess I'll have to eat it all.
Where did you come from?
You just materialized.
He heard bacon was like, don't mind if I do. So I smoked this bacon like a whole day, like 20 hours or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was a long time.
The first day I smoked it on nothing but mesquite. And then the second day I smoked it on cherry. I wanted to see if I could taste any of it. The last batch of bacon I did, I smoked entirely on cherry, and it was amazing. And I did the same thing. I smoked it for like 20 hours. And is it good?
Oh, I haven't got that far yet.
Haven't even tasted it. Too smoky?
No, it's good. It's definitely not as sweet as cherry. I can taste that mesquite. But it's not bad.
Okay. Actually, it's not too smoky.
No.
Honestly, it kind of tastes. Don't hit me. It kind of tastes like store-bought
No, it's fine.
as far as the smoke flavor goes.
No, it's good. I'm not mad.
So just smelling this bacon, it smells really, really, really smoky.
It does. Like, it kind of scared me. I was like, ooh.
That's gonna be like licking the inside of the smoker.
Right.
No, it's not too smoky
No,
at all.
it's great. It's really great. So good.
I like smoked on cherry better.
Yeah, I do too.
The mesquite's good, but I like a really like cherry has like a sweet,
Fruity.
kind of. It's a distinctive flavor.
Right.
Once I got into smoking meats. I don't know, maybe 10, 12 years ago, something like that. And I really did a lot of experimenting with different woods. I found I really like nut wood. Almond, walnut, pecan.
Yeah.
If you can get it. Out there where we were at in the Central Valley, there's a lot of almond. So I did a lot of cooking on almond. Out here, I have not had to buy any kind of wood at all. If I want cherry, I can go out in the woods and cut some.
Right.
Like, we've got cherry everywhere out here. Plenty of oak, but oak can have a strong.
Yeah, I don't like oak.
It's too bitter. But yeah, this is pretty good. Next batch will definitely be all cherry again.
But this is not bad.
I wish you guys could taste.
Sorry.
It's really good.
Alright, that tray is almost full. So why don't we get that sealed and then we can have space for the next batch.
Okay, let's do that.
So we don't portion these out into anything specific, like we don't weigh them or count them. We used to count them, but
We were counting and
now we're just like, that looks good. It usually stacks out to about 1 stack. Will fill out one of my big trays because I cook them in the oven usually at 400 for about 20 minutes or so. Ready?
yeah. Ta-da!
There we go.
2 bacons.
Cool.
All right. We still have a lot of bacon to go, but those are gonna go get put in the freezer. I don't think we have to show you the rest of the bacon. you guys have seen us do bacon numerous times, and we'll be doing bacon for
Another hour. Yeah.
So we're actually gonna wrap it up right here. That way we can quit touching the tripod and the camera with
greasing it
greasy.
up.
Hey, that's the nature of the beast.
Yep.
All right. I guess we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.